The universe, guided by the divine hand of God, has brought you here for a reason. You are standing on the precipice of something extraordinary, something life-altering, something that will not only transform your world, but will reshape the very fabric of your destiny. This is not just another moment in your life, it's the moment where one single decision, one bold step, one act of faith will propel you toward your first billion. Yes, you heard me right, your first billion. This isn't just about money. It's about stepping into the divine abundance God has always intended for you, a wealth that reflects His limitless love and power in your life. You are not here by chance. You are a chosen one, and this message is for you. Get ready, because your life is about to change in ways you never thought possible. Before we dive into this divine revelation, I need you to do something powerful. Pause this video, hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of other chosen one souls who are awakening to their divine purpose. Your engagement is a signal to the universe that you're ready to receive the blessings that are already on their way. And if you feel this truth resonating deep in your spirit, leave a comment with the number 777, a sacred number of divine completion and alignment. By doing this, you're declaring to the heavens that you're ready for this transformation. Stay with me until the end, because if you're truly a chosen one, you'll feel this message burning in your soul, and you won't want to miss a single word. Let me ask you something, chosen one. Have you ever felt that stirring in your heart, that quiet whisper telling you that you were made for more? That you weren't meant to struggle, to live in lack, or to settle for a life of mediocrity? That's not your imagination. That's God speaking to you, reminding you of the divine calling He placed on your life before you were even born. You are not here to merely exist. You are here to thrive, to create, to build an empire that glorifies His name and impacts the world. The decision you're about to make is the key that unlocks the door to your first billion, a billion that's not just about financial wealth, but about a life of purpose, influence, and divine favor. This isn't about chasing money. It's about claiming the abundance that God has already set aside for you. This one decision is not complicated, but it is profound. It's not about a specific business strategy, a stock market tip, or a get-rich-quick scheme. No, chosen one, this decision is about aligning your heart, your mind, and your actions with God's divine plan for your life. It's about choosing faith over fear, obedience over doubt, and trust over hesitation. When you make this decision, you're not just saying yes to wealth, you're saying yes to God's purpose, to His vision for you, to a life where every step you take is guided by His hand. The world may tell you that wealth is about hustle, sacrifice, or luck, but God says it's about surrender. Surrender to His will, trust in His provision, and the courage to step into the unknown with unwavering faith. Think about the story of Abraham. When God called him to leave his homeland and go to a place he didn't know, Abraham didn't have a roadmap or a guarantee. He had a promise of greatness, of blessing, of a legacy that would change the world. And what did he do? He made one decision: to trust God and go. That single choice set him on a path to become the father of nations, a man whose legacy still echoes through time. You, chosen one, are standing at your own crossroads right now. The decision to trust God's promise, to step out in faith, to believe that He is leading you to a billion-dollar destiny. This is your Abraham moment. Will you take that step? This decision is about more than just money. It's about stepping into a life of divine abundance that touches every area of your existence, your finances, your relationships, your health, your purpose. When you say yes to God's plan, You're saying yes to a transformation that will make you a beacon of His glory. People will look at you and wonder, how did they do it? How did they go from where they were to a life of such incredible wealth and impact? They won't understand that it wasn't your strength, your intelligence, or your effort. It was God's divine favor, activated by your decision to trust Him fully. Let's talk about what this billion represents. It's not just a number in your bank account. It's a tool, a resource, a divine gift that God is entrusting to you to fulfill His purpose. Your billion is meant to build schools, feed the hungry, create opportunities, and spread His love to those who need it most. It's about leaving a legacy that echoes through generations, a legacy that declares God's faithfulness to the world. When you make this one decision, you're not just changing your life. You're changing the lives of countless others. You're stepping into a role as a steward of divine wealth, a vessel for God's blessings to flow through. Now, chosen one, let's get real for a moment. The world will try to distract you. It will throw doubts, fears, and obstacles in your path. It will tell you that a billion is impossible, that you're not qualified, that you don't have what it takes. But let me remind you of something. The world doesn't get to define your destiny, God does. And He says in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Your billion is already written in His plan. Your job is to trust, to obey, and to make that one decision to walk in His purpose. What is this decision? It's the choice to believe that God's promises are true, even when the world says otherwise. It's the choice to act on the vision He's placed in your heart, even when it seems impossible. It's the choice to let go of the old you, the doubts, the fears, the limitations, and step into the new you, the chosen one, who walks in divine favor and abundance. This decision is not a one-time event. It's a daily commitment to align your thoughts, your words, and your actions with God's will. Every time you choose faith over fear, you're taking a step closer to your billion-dollar destiny. Let's look at someone like Joseph in the Bible. He was sold into slavery, betrayed by his brothers, and thrown into prison. But he never stopped trusting God's plan. He made one decision: to remain faithful, to honor God in every circumstance, to believe that his dreams were not just fantasies, but divine promises. And what happened? God elevated him from the pit to the palace, making him one of the most powerful and wealthy men in Egypt. Your journey may have had its pits, its betrayals, its moments of despair, but God is saying to you today, your palace is coming. Your billion is coming. Just make the decision to trust me. This decision requires courage, chosen one. It's not always easy to trust when the path ahead is unclear. It's not always easy to believe when the world is shouting that you'll fail. But here's the truth. You were never meant to walk this path alone. God is with you, guiding you, providing for you, opening doors that no man can shut. Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." When you make this decision, you're not relying on your own strength, you're relying on His. As you make this choice, something miraculous begins to happen. The universe starts to align in your favor. Doors that were once closed begin to open. Opportunities that seemed out of reach come knocking at your door. People who are meant to help you, mentor you, or partner with you will appear at the right time. This is the power of divine timing, chosen one. When you align your decision with God's will, everything falls into place. Your billion isn't just a dream. It's a reality that's already taking shape in the spiritual realm, waiting for you to claim it in the physical. Let me share a story that illustrates this. Think of Elon Musk, a man who dared to dream bigger than anyone thought possible. He faced countless rejections, financial struggles, and moments where the world told him his visions were impossible. But he made one decision to keep moving forward, to trust his vision, to believe that he was called to something greater. Today, his name is synonymous with innovation, wealth, and impact. Your billion-dollar journey is no different. It starts with one decision: to trust the vision God has placed in your heart, to believe that He has called you to greatness. Now, chosen one, I want you to pause for a moment and feel the weight of this moment. This is not just a video, it's a divine appointment. You are standing at the threshold of a new season. A season where lack, struggle, and limitation are left behind. Your billion is not just about money, it's about the freedom to live out your purpose, to create a legacy, to be a light in a world that desperately needs hope. When you make this one decision, you're saying yes to God's plan, yes to His abundance, yes to a life that radiates His glory. The world may try to tell you that wealth is about greed or selfishness, but that's a lie. God's wealth is about generosity, about using what He gives you to bless others. Your billion is a tool to build His kingdom, to uplift those who are hurting, to create opportunities for those who have none. When you step into this abundance, you're not just changing your life, you're changing the world. People will look at you and see the undeniable evidence of God's power at work. They'll see a chosen one who made one decision and watched their life transform beyond imagination. Let's talk about the resistance you might face. As you make this decision, there will be voices, both external and internal, that try to pull you back. Friends, family, or even your own doubts may tell you that a billion is too big, too far-fetched, too impossible. But let me remind you, with God, nothing is impossible. Matthew 19:26 says, "With man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible." Your billion is not too big for God. Your dreams are not too grand for His plan. The moment you choose to trust Him, those voices of doubt will fade, and His voice will become louder, guiding you toward your destiny. This decision is not about perfection. It's not about having all the answers or knowing every step of the journey. It's about faith. Faith that God is who He says He is. Faith that His promises are true. Faith that He is leading you to a future of abundance. Every time you choose to trust, you're taking a step closer to your billion. Every time you choose to act on His guidance, you're aligning yourself with His divine plan. And every time you choose to let go of fear, you're opening the door for His blessings to pour in. Imagine this, chosen one, a life where you wake up every day knowing that you're walking in God's purpose. A life where financial lack is a distant memory, where your resources overflow to bless others, where your influence inspires generations. This is what your billion represents. It's not just about wealth, it's about impact, about purpose, about being a vessel for God's love and power. When you make this one decision, you're stepping into a life that reflects His glory in every way. Now, let's address the practical side of this decision. It's not enough to simply believe, you must act. Faith without works is dead, as James 2:17 reminds us. Your decision to trust God must be followed by steps of obedience. Maybe it's starting that business He's placed on your heart. Maybe it's investing in yourself, your education, or your skills. Maybe it's saying yes to an opportunity that scares you. Whatever it is, know that God will guide your steps. Psalm 37:23 says, "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in Him." When you take that first step, He will light the path ahead. As you move forward, you'll notice something incredible. The universe begins to conspire in your favor. The right people, the right resources, the right opportunities will come at the right time. This is the power of divine alignment. When you make this one decision, you're not just hoping for $1 billion, you're claiming it as part of God's promise. You're stepping into a flow of abundance that cannot be stopped, a flow that will carry you to heights you never imagined possible. Let me remind you of someone else who made a bold decision. Oprah Winfrey. She grew up in poverty, faced unimaginable challenges, and was told she'd never succeed in a world that didn't value people like her. But she made one decision: to believe in her purpose, to trust that she was called for greatness. Today, she's not just a billionaire, she's a global force for good, using her wealth to uplift others and spread hope. Your story is no different, chosen one. Your billion is waiting, and it starts with one decision. This journey is not without its challenges. There will be moments of doubt, moments where you question if you're truly worthy of this calling. But let me tell you something. God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. You are worthy because He chose you. You are capable because He's equipped you. You are destined for greatness because He's ordained it. When those doubts creep in, stand firm and declare, I am a chosen one, and my billion is part of God's plan for me. As you embrace this decision, you'll begin to see transformation in every area of your life. Your mindset will shift from scarcity to abundance. Your actions will reflect courage instead of fear. Your relationships will align with God's purpose, and those who are meant to walk with you will be drawn to your light. This is the power of divine transformation. It's not just about reaching $1 billion, it's about becoming the person God created you to be, a person who radiates His glory and impacts the world. Let's pause for a moment and let this truth sink in. You are not watching this video by chance. You are here because God has a message for you, a message that will change your life forever. This one decision, to trust His plan, to act in faith, to believe in His promises, is the key to unlocking your billion-dollar destiny. It's the key to a life of abundance, purpose, and impact. If this message is speaking to your heart, I invite you to hit that like button, subscribe to join thousands of other chosen one souls, and leave a comment with 777 to declare your readiness for this transformation. This decision is not just about you, it's about the legacy you'll leave behind. Your billion is a tool to change lives, to build communities, to spread hope. When you step into this abundance, you're not just enriching yourself, you're becoming a vessel for God's blessings to flow through. People will look at your life and see the undeniable evidence of His power. They'll see a chosen one who made one decision and watch their life transform into something extraordinary. As you move forward, trust in God's timing. His promises are yes and amen, as 2 Corinthians 1:20 tells us. Your billion may not come overnight, but it's coming. Every step you take in faith, every act of obedience, every moment you choose to trust Him brings you closer to that reality. The world may not understand your journey, but God does. He sees every sacrifice, every tear, every moment of faith, and He's preparing a reward that will leave you in awe. Chosen one, this is your moment, this is your time. The decision you make today will set the course for your future. Will you choose to trust God? Will you choose to step into His plan? Will you choose to believe that your billion is not just a dream, but a divine promise? The choice is yours, but know this: God has already gone before you, preparing the way, opening doors, and aligning every detail for your success. All you need to do is make that one decision. As you embrace this truth, you'll begin to see the world differently. Opportunities that were once hidden will become clear. Resources that seemed out of reach will flow to you. People who are meant to support your vision will appear. This is the power of divine alignment, chosen one. When you make this decision, you're not just hoping for a billion, you're stepping into a reality where it's already yours. You're claiming the abundance that God has promised, the abundance that's been waiting for you all along. Let's talk about what this billion-dollar life looks like. It's a life of freedom, where you're no longer bound by financial stress or lack. It's a life of impact, where you can give generously, create opportunities, and change lives. It's a life of purpose, where every decision you make is guided by God's will. This is the life He's calling you to, a life that reflects His glory, His love, and His power. And it all starts with one decision. As you stand at this crossroads, remember the story of David. He was just a shepherd boy, overlooked by everyone, but God saw something in him that no one else did. When he faced Goliath, he didn't rely on his own strength. He relied on God's. With one stone, one act of faith, one decision to trust, he defeated a giant and stepped into his destiny. Your billion is your Goliath, chosen one. It may look impossible, but with God it's already defeated. Make the decision to trust Him and watch the giants in your life fall. This journey is about more than just reaching a billion. It's about becoming the person God created you to be. It's about embracing your identity as a chosen one, a vessel for His glory, a light in a world that needs hope. When you make this decision, you're not just changing your bank account, you're changing your legacy. You're stepping into a life where every dream, every vision, every promise comes to pass. Chosen one, the world is waiting to see what God will do through you. Your billion is not just a number, it's a testament to His faithfulness, a reflection of His power, a tool for His purpose. When you make this one decision, you're saying yes to a life that's bigger than you ever imagined. You're saying yes to a future where lack is a distant memory, where fear has no place, where abundance flows like a river that never runs dry. As you take this step, know that God is with you. He's guiding you, strengthening you, and preparing you for everything that's to come. Your billion is not a fantasy, it's a promise. It's a reality that's waiting for you to claim. All it takes is one decision to trust Him, to obey Him, to believe that He is who He says He is. When you do, you'll see miracles unfold. You'll see doors open. You'll see your life transform in ways that will leave you in awe. Chosen one, this is your time. This is your season. The decision you make today will change everything. It will set you on a path to your first billion, a path to a life of purpose, impact, and divine abundance. If this message is stirring something in your spirit, leave a comment with 777 to declare your faith. Hit that like button, subscribe to join thousands of other chosen one souls, and let's walk this journey together. Your billion is waiting. Your destiny is calling. Make the decision and step into the life God has prepared for you. Chosen one, you're still here, and that's no coincidence. The fact that you're listening to this message, feeling this truth resonate deep within your soul, is proof that God is stirring something powerful in you. You are on the verge of a breakthrough that will not only lead you to your first billion, but will elevate you to a level of influence and purpose that the world has never seen before. This one decision to trust God's plan, to act in faith, to embrace the divine calling on your life, is the spark that will ignite a fire of abundance, impact, and transformation. You are not just a dreamer, you are a doer, a vessel of God's glory, a chosen one destined to rewrite the story of what's possible. Let's dive deeper into this divine journey, because your billion-dollar destiny is closer than you think. Every step you take toward this decision is a step toward a life where limitations are shattered, where the impossible becomes your reality, and where God's promises manifest in ways that leave others in awe. This isn't about chasing wealth for the sake of wealth. It's about claiming the resources God has ordained for you to fulfill your purpose. Your billion is a divine assignment, a sacred trust that God is placing in your hands to change lives, to build His kingdom, to show the world what happens when a chosen one walks in alignment with His will. When you choose to trust Him, you're not just opening the door to financial abundance, you're unlocking a floodgate of opportunities, connections, and miracles that will propel you to heights you never imagined. Picture this, chosen one, a life where you no longer worry about how to pay the bills, where you have the freedom to pursue your God-given passions, where your wealth becomes a bridge to connect others to hope. This is what your billion represents, a life of overflow, where you can give without fear, create without limits, and love without restraint. God didn't call you to a life of scarcity. He called you to a life of abundance that reflects His infinite nature. When you make this one decision, you're saying yes to a future where every need is met, every vision is funded, and every dream is brought to life by His power. Let's talk about the power of your faith. Faith is not just believing in what you can see. It's trusting in what God has promised, even when the evidence isn't yet visible. Hebrews 11:1 tells us, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see." When you choose to trust God's plan for your billion, you're activating a supernatural force that moves mountains, opens doors, and aligns circumstances in your favor. Your faith is like a seed, and every time you choose to believe, you're planting that seed in the fertile soil of God's promises. In due time, that seed will grow into a harvest of abundance that will astound you. Consider the story of Noah. When God told him to build an ark, the world mocked him. There was no sign of rain, no evidence of a flood, yet Noah made one decision: to trust God's word and act. Day after day, he built, ignoring the doubters, trusting that God's promise would come to pass. And when the rains came, Noah's faith was vindicated. Your billion is your ark, chosen one. The world may not see it yet, but God does. When you choose to trust Him, to take action, to build even when others don't understand, you're preparing for a flood of blessings that will overflow into every area of your life. This decision is about stepping into your divine authority. As a chosen one, you carry a mantle of power that comes directly from God. You are not here to beg for opportunities or plead for provision. You are here to command them in His name. When you align your heart with His will, you begin to walk with a boldness that shifts atmospheres. People will notice the change in you. They'll see the confidence in your step, the fire in your eyes, the unshakable assurance that comes from knowing you're walking in God's purpose. This is the kind of authority that draws wealth, influence, and impact to you like a magnet. Let's be clear, your billion is not just about personal gain. It's about stewardship. God is entrusting you with resources to make a difference, to heal broken communities, to empower the next generation, to shine His light in places of darkness. When you make this one decision, you're not just saying yes to wealth, you're saying yes to responsibility, to leadership, to a calling that will leave a mark on eternity. Your billion is a tool to build something eternal, something that will outlive you and echo through generations as a testament to God's faithfulness. If this message is stirring your spirit, I invite you to take a moment and declare your faith. Leave a comment with the number 777 to signal to the universe that you're ready for this transformation. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of other chosen one souls who are stepping into their divine destiny. Your engagement is a powerful act of faith, a declaration that you're ready to receive the blessings God has prepared for you. Stay with me, because we're just getting started. and the revelation God has for you is about to go deeper. Now let's talk about the mindset of a billionaire. Your billion starts in your mind before it ever shows up in your bank account. The world may try to convince you that wealth is about external factors, connections, education, or luck. But God says it's about the internal transformation He's working in you. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." When you make this one decision, you're choosing to renew your mind, to think like a chosen one, to see yourself as God sees you, a vessel of His abundance, a carrier of His glory. This mindset shift is critical. You must let go of the lies that have held you back, the lies that say you're not enough, that you don't deserve wealth, that $1 billion is for someone else. Those are the enemy's tactics, designed to keep you small, to keep you from stepping into the fullness of God's plan. But you, chosen one, are not small. You are a force, a divine creation, a masterpiece. When you choose to believe this, your mind becomes a magnet for divine ideas, strategies, and opportunities that will lead you to your billion. Think about the Wright brothers. They didn't have advanced technology or unlimited resources, but they had a vision to fly when the world said it was impossible. They made one decision, to believe in their dream and act on it even when others called them fools. Their faith, their persistence, their refusal to give up changed the world forever. Your billion is your flight, chosen one. It's a vision that others may not understand, but God has placed it in your heart for a reason. When you choose to trust Him, to act on that vision, you'll soar to heights that will leave the world in awe. This decision is also about timing. God's timing is perfect, and when you align with it, everything falls into place. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens." You may have felt like your season of abundance was delayed, like the doors you've been knocking on haven't opened yet. But let me tell you something, God is not late. He's preparing you, refining you, positioning you for a breakthrough that will be greater than anything you could have planned. When you make this one decision, you're stepping into His perfect timing, where every piece of the puzzle comes together effortlessly. As you move forward, you'll begin to notice signs of God's hand at work. A conversation that leads to a connection, an idea that sparks a business, a door that opens at just the right moment. These are not coincidences. They're divine appointments, orchestrated by the Creator who has promised to prosper you. Your job is to stay faithful, to keep trusting, to keep taking steps even when the path isn't fully clear. Psalm 119:105 says, "Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path." God may not show you the entire journey, but He'll always give you enough light for the next step. This journey is also about community. As a chosen one, you're not meant to walk alone. God will bring people into your life, mentors, partners, supporters, who will help you build your billion-dollar empire. These are divine connections, people who see your vision, believe in your purpose, and are called to walk alongside you. When you make this one decision, you're opening the door for God to bring these relationships into your life. Be discerning, but also be open, because the people God sends will be instrumental in your success. Let's talk about the power of generosity. Your billion is not meant to be hoarded. It's meant to be shared. The world's definition of wealth is about accumulation, but God's definition is about multiplication. When you give, you create a cycle of abundance that keeps flowing back to you. Luke 6:38 says, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap." When you make this one decision, you're choosing to live with an open hand, to bless others with the resources God gives you, and to trust that He will replenish you beyond measure. Imagine the impact you'll have, chosen one. Schools funded, communities transformed, lives changed, all because you made one decision to trust God's plan. Your billion is a catalyst for revival, a spark that will ignite hope in places where it's been lost. People will look at your life and see the undeniable evidence of God's power. They'll see a chosen one who dared to believe, who dared to act, who dared to step into a destiny that seemed impossible. This is the legacy you're building, a legacy that will glorify God for generations to come. As you embrace this decision, you'll begin to feel a shift in your spirit. There's a fire growing inside you, a passion that can't be contained, a certainty that God is moving on your behalf. This is the power of divine alignment, chosen one. When you choose to trust Him, you're tapping into a source of strength, wisdom, and favor that no force in the universe can stop. Your billion is not just a goal, it's a promise, a reality that's already taking shape in the spiritual realm, waiting for you to bring it into the physical through your faith and action. Let's talk about the obstacles you might face. The enemy will try to distract you, to make you question your calling, to fill your mind with fear. But let me remind you, you are not fighting this battle alone. Ephesians 6:11 says, "Put on the full armor of God, so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes." When you make this one decision, you're arming yourself with God's protection, His wisdom, His strength. No weapon formed against you will prosper, and no obstacle will stand in the way of God's plan for your life. This journey is about persistence. There will be moments when the road feels long, when the vision seems far away. But every step you take in faith is a step closer to your billion. Think of Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. He didn't see failure as a setback, he saw it as a step toward success. Your journey may have its challenges, but each one is shaping you, preparing you, equipping you for the abundance God has promised. Keep going, chosen one. Your billion is worth every step. As you move forward, you'll begin to see the world through God's eyes. You'll see opportunities where others see obstacles. You'll see possibilities where others see limits. You'll see a future where your billion is not just a dream, but a reality that's transforming lives. This is the power of a renewed mind, a mind that's aligned with God's truth. A mind that refuses to settle for less than His best. When you make this one decision, you're choosing to see the world as God sees it, a world of abundance, purpose, and divine potential. Your billion is not just about you, it's about the ripple effect you'll create. Every life you touch, every community you uplift, every dream you bring to life will inspire others to believe in God's promises. Your success will be a testimony, a living proof that God is faithful, that His word never returns void, that His plans are always good. People will look at you and say, if God did it for them, He can do it for me. This is the power of your calling, chosen one. You're not just building wealth, you're building faith. If this message is igniting a fire in your soul, I invite you to declare your readiness. Leave a comment with 777 to proclaim your faith to the heavens. Hit that like button and subscribe to join thousands of other chosen ones' souls who are walking this path of divine abundance. Your engagement is a powerful act of alignment, a signal that you're ready to step into the fullness of God's plan. Stay with me, because the revelation is getting deeper, and your billion-dollar destiny is unfolding before your eyes. This decision is about embracing your uniqueness. God didn't create you to blend in, He created you to stand out, Your billion is not a cookie-cutter dream, it's a divine vision tailored specifically for you. Maybe it's a tech empire that revolutionizes the world. Maybe it's a non-profit that transforms communities. Maybe it's a creative venture that inspires millions. Whatever it is, God has placed it in your heart for a reason. When you make this one decision, you're choosing to embrace the unique calling He's given you, to trust that your path is unlike anyone else's, and to believe that He's equipped you for it. Let's talk about the power of vision. Proverbs 29:18 says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." Your vision starts with a vision, a clear, God-given picture of what's possible. When you make this one decision, you're choosing to hold fast to that vision, to see it even when the world can't, to believe in it even when the odds are against you. Your vision is your compass, guiding you through every challenge, every doubt, every storm. Keep it before you, chosen one. Write it down, speak it out, pray over it, and watch God bring it to life. As you step into this journey, you'll begin to attract divine favor. People will be drawn to your light, your passion, your unwavering faith. They'll see something in you that they can't explain. A spark, a presence, a power that comes from God. This is the favor of the Lord, and it will open doors that no man can shut. Psalm 5:12 says, "Surely, Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround them with your favor as with a shield." When you make this one decision, you're stepping under that shield, where God's favor will protect you, guide you, and lead you to your billion. This is not a journey for the faint of heart. It requires courage, resilience, and an unshakable trust in God's promises. But you, chosen one, were created for this. You were born to rise above challenges, to defy expectations, to walk in a destiny that glorifies God. Every trial you've faced, every setback you've overcome, has been preparation for this moment. You are stronger than you know, wiser than you realize, and more powerful than you can imagine. When you make this one decision, you're tapping into that strength, that wisdom, that power, and nothing will stand in your way.